Good afternoon. My topic is ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all living organisms and their physical environment with which they interact each other. These biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components means living organism and the abiotic component is a physical environment. Components are linked together through nutrient cycles and energy flows. Energy enters the system through photosynthesis and is incorporated into plant tissues. It consists of biological community, physical and chemical factors. For the example of ecosystem, we can say a pond, a forest, an estuary and a grassland. There are the classification on the basis of origin. Ecosystem can be classified into natural and man-made ecosystem on the basis of origin, in which the natural ecosystem is classified as terrestrial and aquatic, and man-made ecosystem is classified as aquarium. In terrestrial ecosystem, for the example, some grassland, desert, forest, etc. In the aquatic ecosystem, marine ecosystem, river ecosystem, pond ecosystem, etc. are considered as an examples. From the structural point of view, it can be classified as abiotic component and biotic component. The abiotic component can be again classified as inorganic substances, organic substances, climatic factors, etc. Biotic component can be classified as autotrophic components and heterotrophic components. We can again explain the classification such as abiotic components. Abiotic components include inorganic substances, organic compound, climatic regime, in which this inorganic substance include water, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and organic compounds include protein, carbohydrate and lipids. Climatic regime includes temperature, moisture, wind, light, etc. And biotic components. Biotic components are classified as autotrophic component and heterotrophic component. Autotrophic component is the producer, such as green plants. They produce their own fruit. And heterotrophic components include all other organisms, such as consumers. Consumers include primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, etc. And decomposers are also included in this category. Functions of autotrophic elements. Autotrophic elements are plants, green plants, which is otherwise known as producers. Plants, green plants use radiant energy of sunlight in a process known as photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide is assimilated during this process, and light energy is converted into chemical energy, and oxygen is evolved as a byproduct in this process. This is used by respiration by all animals. We know all animals are use oxygen for their respiration. Consumers. Consumers are living members of ecosystem. They consume food synthesized by these producers. Under this category are included all kinds of animals that are found in an ecosystem. There are different types of consumers. First one is primary consumer, second one is secondary consumer, third one is tertiary consumers. Parasites, scavengers and saprops are also included in this category. This is the picture of food chain. In the food chain shows the transfer of energy within an ecosystem. So in this picture we can understand that this green plant, it is a grass which is eaten by grasshopper, and grasshoppers are eaten by mouse, and mouse are eaten by higher animals, and that animals are also eaten by higher grade of carnivorous animals. And after the death of these animals, all these animals, they are decomposed by microorganisms present in the soil. So energy is transferred between organisms when one organism eats another. A food chain is simple linear series of steps, while the food web is interconnection of this food chain. This picture shows energy flow. For the first step, energy from sunlight are utilized by green plants. In this process, 90% of energy is lost as heat. only 10% of energy is absorbed by green plants. Then the green plants, such as producers, absorb only 10% of this energy, and the green plants are eaten by grasshoppers. Grasshoppers are the primary consumer. In this step also 90% of energy is lost as heat. There also only 10% of energy is used. And the grasshoppers are eaten by birds. There also 90% of energy is lost and 10% of energy is utilized by the birds. And the last stage is the higher carnivores. Higher carnivores such as eagle eat these birds. And eagle get only 10% of energy and 90% of energy is lost. So in this picture we can understand that the higher carnivores or higher group of animals only get least amount of energy. The last step is functions of an ecosystem. The ecosystem have many functions. First one is decomposition. In the decomposition process, the organism such as microscopic organism, bacteria, virus, etc. degrade the higher grade of organic compounds into simpler forms. And next step is productivity. Third step is energy flow. And last step is nutrient cycle. Thank you.